Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Amid her separation from Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright is reflecting on their 10-year relationship. The Valley cast member opened up about Jax's past infidelity, his biggest red flag, and how she feels about him today on the April 29 episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Though Jax publicly cheated on Brittany, which played out on Season 6 of Vanderpump Rules, she does not believe he was unfaithful after they tied the knot in 2019. "So I don't think whenever we were married that he cheated on me," she told host Andy Cohen in the clubhouse. "I really don't, and I say that, like, for real." However, she does think that he may have cheated other times before they exchanged vows. "But before we got married, I feel like there were more times than just the one girl," she continued, though she did not share any other details. Brittany Cartwright reveals Jax Taylor's biggest red flag. When asked what Jax's biggest red flag was that she ignored over the years, Brittany said how he treated waiters and people in general. Later on in the episode, when describing her ideal next partner, Brittany said, "Respectful to others, but red flag if you're mean to somebody who works at McDonald's. Come on, should have seen it from day one." She also ranked Jax as a 10 out of 10 on the manipulation scale. Brittany Cartwright shares an update on co-parenting with Jax Taylor. Brittany announced her separation from the Jax's Studio City part owner in February 2024, and the two have been navigating a tense co-parenting relationship for their son, Cruz Michael Kachi, ever since. Speaking about where things stand today, Brittany admitted, "It's hard. It's still very up and down. It's not easy." More than a year after separating and 8 months after filing, Jax and Brittany have yet to finalize their divorce. "We still don't know when it's going to be finalized," Brittany explained on the March 21 episode of her podcast, When Reality Hits with Brittany Cartwright. "You know, there are a couple of things still working on here and there. Hopefully it won't be much longer. Once it is finalized, she plans on commemorating the day. I've been through some, so I will be celebrating that day," she continued. "I'll be sad that day as well, a little bit, but I'm definitely going to have a party. Hopefully it will be sooner rather than later." After a tumultuous decade together, the Valley star Brittany Cartwright is finally opening up about the doubts, red flags, and emotional weight she carried even before walking down the aisle with Jax Taylor. During a candid and revealing appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen on April 29, Brittany peeled back the curtain on her long-standing relationship with the controversial reality star. What she shared wasn't just about heartbreak. It was a raw exploration of love, denial, loyalty, and finally, self-empowerment. Though Brittany and Jax's relationship has been under public scrutiny since their Vanderpump Rules days, complete with cheating scandals and explosive confrontations, Brittany's latest admissions point to a deeper, more private story. One where red flags were seen but ignored, where suspicions brewed but never fully surfaced, and where self-doubt quietly lingered behind the scenes of a seemingly fairy tale wedding. On Watch What Happens Live, Brittany spoke with an air of calm, but the words she chose cut deep. When asked whether she believed Jax had been unfaithful during their marriage, Brittany didn't hesitate to answer. "So I don't think whenever we were married that he cheated on me," she told host Andy Cohen. "I really don't, and I say that, like, for real." But while Brittany doesn't suspect infidelity during their actual marriage, she admitted there were lingering doubts about his behavior in the years leading up to their 2019 wedding. "But before we got married, I feel like there were more times than just the one girl," she continued, referencing the highly publicized cheating scandal from Vanderpump Rules Season 6, when Jax cheated on her with Faith Stowers. That scandal alone rocked the foundation of their relationship, but Brittany's admission suggests it may have just been the tip of the iceberg. Though she didn't go into further detail, her choice of words, "more times" and "more than just the one girl," speaks volumes. It also invites questions about what she knew, what she suspected, and why she stayed. If you ask Brittany what Jax's biggest red flag was, her answer isn't what many fans might expect. It wasn't the cheating. It wasn't the gaslighting. It wasn't even the rage-fueled arguments that occasionally aired on TV. It was how he treated other people. How he treated waiters and people in general, Brittany shared when Andy asked about the one red flag she overlooked. Her response reflected a theme that came up repeatedly throughout the WWHL episode: respect. Not just in romantic relationships, but in everyday interactions. For Brittany, her next partner will need to be respectful to others. But red flag if you're mean to somebody who works at McDonald's. Come on, should have seen it from day one. That last part, should have seen it from day one, wasn't just a throwaway line. It was a heavy admission. One that suggested she saw this side of Jax early on, perhaps even during their first few dates, but chose to overlook it. Love, as Brittany has learned, can be blinding. Especially when the world around you is constantly watching, judging, and expecting you to prove them wrong. Brittany didn't hold back when it came to labeling Jax's emotional tactics. Asked to rate how manipulative Jax was, she didn't hesitate, 10 out of 10. The score landed like a gut punch, but it also reflected how Brittany now sees their relationship in retrospect, not just as troubled, but emotionally exhausting. During the height of their relationship on Vanderpump Rules, Brittany was often painted as the Southern sweetheart, endlessly loyal and forgiving, while Jax played the role of the bad boy with a broken moral compass. Now, years later, Brittany's shedding that narrative and reclaiming her voice. Her comment about manipulation isn't just a jab, it's a statement of awareness, a realization that love isn't supposed to be this hard. That constant highs and lows, emotional push-pull dynamics, and empty promises aren't signs of passion, they're signs of dysfunction. Following their separation, Brittany and Jax have had to find a way to co-parent their 3-year-old son, Cruz Michael Kachi. It hasn't been a smooth road, and Brittany was honest about the ongoing challenges. It's hard, it's still very up and down, it's not easy, she admitted during the show. There was no sugarcoating, no performative positivity. Just a mom trying to navigate a complex relationship with her ex while doing what's best for her child. Since their February 2024 separation, Brittany and Jax have appeared to keep things civil on the surface, but signs of tension have occasionally surfaced in interviews, podcasts, and social media posts. Jax continues to split his time between fatherhood and managing Jax's Studio City, while Brittany has focused on her wellness, career, and personal healing. Despite announcing their separation over a year ago and filing for divorce 8 months back, Brittany and Jax are still legally married. The delay, as Brittany explained on her When Reality Hits podcast, stems from ongoing negotiations. We still don't know when it's going to be finalized, she said on the March 21 episode. You know, there are a couple of things still working on here and there. Hopefully it won't be much longer. Once it is finalized, Brittany isn't planning to mourn quietly. Instead, she's gearing up to celebrate. I've been through some, so I will be celebrating that day, she said. I'll be sad that day as well, a little bit, but I'm definitely going to have a party. Hopefully it will be sooner, rather than later. It's a relatable reaction for many women, a mix of grief and liberation. The end of a chapter, but the beginning of something freer, more authentic, and full of possibility. Toward the end of the WVHL episode, Brittany hinted at something she hasn't spoken about much before, a year-long health battle that she said Jax contributed to. She didn't reveal all the details, but the implication was clear. The emotional strain from their relationship had taken a toll not just on her mind, but on her body. In recent months, Brittany has made noticeable changes in her appearance and has often spoken about her dedication to fitness and mental health. But beneath the visible transformation lies a deeper story, one of surviving, recovering, and choosing herself after years of being defined by someone else's chaos. Fans who have followed Brittany's journey since she first appeared on Vanderpump Rules know how much she sacrificed, how much she endured. From the public shaming to the social media scrutiny to the personal heartbreak, Brittany stood by Jax longer than most people would. But this time, she's standing up for herself. While the future of Brittany's relationship with Jax remains tied to co-parenting Cruz, she's clearly entering a new chapter, one where her identity isn't defined by her partner. She's still co-hosting when reality hits, expanding her platform and leaning into wellness and lifestyle ventures. And she's also sending a clear message. She's done making excuses. She's done shrinking herself. She's done tolerating disrespect. What fans saw on April 29 was not just a woman dishing about her ex. It was a woman reclaiming her narrative, speaking out without fear, owning her past without shame, from ignoring red flags to facing manipulation, from battling private health issues to handling co-parenting challenges. Brittany Cartwright has lived through it all. But now she's finally ready to live for herself. As she said herself, when that divorce is finalized, there will be a party. Not just for the end of a marriage, but for the beginning of something far more important: freedom. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.